Alright, so I wasn't gonna do the bottom one, but or show you guys the bottom one, but I decided to do it. Because remember the top one when I did it, I didn't have the proper top dead center, but I do the bottom one now. So I have my little socket extension, stick it into the spark plug hole. I can feel it's right there. I can feel the piston right there, right at the top. So sometimes you have to do that, double check. Just because that piston is at the top doesn't mean it's the right spot. It has to be a top dead center at the power stroke, right where the spark plug fires, instead of top dead center at the exhaust stroke. Okay. Compression stroke instead of exhaust stroke. So here, let me double check. So it should be 7 thousandths, give or take 1,000. So I have my 7,000 filler gauge. So when you take off this bottom cap, because it's like a cup, it retains oil. So see the oil right there. So when I took this off, as I took the nut off or the bolt off, I kept my finger right here so it stays closed. So once both nuts were loosened, I dropped it down real fast and leveled it out so that it wouldn't spill oil everywhere. And that's why I have a rag down right here to catch anything that's spilled out. So 7 didn't fit. So if 7 doesn't fit, for sure 8's not gonna fit. Let's see my filler gauge here. Let me try a 6. So remember the spec is give or take 1,000. So 6, even if the 6 fits, it should still be within spec. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's tight. It went in, but it was really tight. I had to like force it in. So it's definitely out of spec, for sure. Okay. Oh, look at that, number 5 fits right in, and it fits in with light resistance, and that's what you want. You want the light resistance. Not enough to make it jerky, but just shy of making the thing jerky. Meaning as the filler gauge goes in and you're moving it in and out, moving it around, like so, it doesn't feel the filler gauge is not being jerky. It should be just shy of that, just barely being jerky. So that's when you know it's good. So this is definitely on the tight side. I think the intake side was also tight, on the tight side as well. So here I have my loosening tool here. So let's loosen it up. Okay, loosen it up. Take this in. This is the adjuster. So I'll get my 7 thousandths and I'll feed it in here. Damn it, camera's right in my way. Can't see what I'm doing. Oops, too tight. Loosen this up a little bit. Oops, dang it. So I like to do this out here just to get just kind of get the. Oops, now it's too loose. It's too loose there. Get it too loose right there, too tight. Right now it's kind of jerky. I don't want that because when you tighten it up, it's actually going to get tighter. So I want it to be just shy of feeling jerky. So right, okay, right there's good right there. It's just shy of feeling jerky, so I'm good right there. And actually, it's slightly on the loose side. So I'm gonna put this back in. I'm gonna hold it right that spot. That spot, and I have my filler gauge in here too as well. So the reason why I always leave the filler gauge in there is that it will the tightening center will less likely to tighten up as much. It will still tighten up, but not as much. Okay, that's good there. Let's feel for this. Ooh, actually it feels just about right. Well, let me take this out of the way. If I yeah, it feels just about right. It's a very light resistance, very light resistance. So I think that's good right there. So leave it there. camera's in my way. I'm using my left hand to feel for this. Now I'm right-handed, so it's kind of a little bit harder to feel with my left hand than it is with my right hand. But also my wrists and my arms at a really awkward angle because the camera's right in my way. So it's kind of hard to make sure that the feeler gauge is going in there at the proper angle instead of being going in straight in. It might be kind of like that, and it's tight. So that's what I think might be happening right now. So I'm trying to make sure that it goes straight in. And straight in, it actually feels kind of loose. So let's try with the 8. See how the 8 feels. That's why it's always good to have both sides. Oh yeah, it's definitely, even the 8 feels loose. So yeah, so it's too loose. Again, that was just my hand placement because my hand was at an awkward position. So it made it feel like it was tight, but it wasn't. Well, it felt like it was right, but it wasn't. It's actually too loose. So let's try this again. Loosen this up. Oh, that's definitely too tight. Okay, that feels okay. Hold it right there. Out of the way. Okay. I think that might be a little better, a little tighter. Let's double check with the 8. Yeah, the 8's tight. It goes in and it's very tight. I have to like force it in. I can't even move it around. It goes in, but it has to be forced in though. If I just kind of like gently put it in, it won't go in. Like right there, it should go in, but I can't unless I force it in. Then it goes in. So I'm gonna call that good. That's what I usually want. I want the thicker one for you to force in. So it goes in, it still goes in, but you have to kind of force it in. So that's what you want. I think that's good at the target right there. Okay, so let's tighten this up. So give my 2 nuts. So I don't have the fin valve cover for the bottom one like I do with the top one. So I have to use the original fin valve cover because I'm actually gonna pull the fin valve cover on my monkey. One of the fin valve covers on my monkey, and use that because I'm gonna do a big bore kit on the monkey and put a oil cooler. So the oil cooler mounts onto one of these ones. I'm not sure if it's the bottom or the top, but that's when I'm gonna take that fin cover and put it on here. So that way it has both fin covers. So I still have oil in here. Shoot, I have freaking dog hair right here. See a little bit of dog hair. How the hell did that get in there? That's why when you have dogs, man, hair gets everywhere. There's like no way of not to have hair everywhere. Okay, so I checked my O-rings here. It looks all good. I still have oil in here, so I have to do this pretty quickly. So I'm gonna spill oil everywhere, or actually I should just freaking soak up this oil. I'm too lazy to soak it up. Just gonna go like that, oop, real fast. Hold it there. Hopefully the O-ring will will hold everything in place. Make sure my holes are aligned. Okay, holes aligned. It's good. Bottom side. As long as I have pressure on the O-ring, I should be good, and the oil won't drip out. So yeah, so I'm just lazy, so that's why I did it that way. Okay, that's finger tight, that should be enough pressure. I don't think I got any oil down here, did I? Nope, no oil. Well, actually it is a little bit of oil, but I think that's from when I was taking it off. Yeah, that's from when I was taking it off. Yep. Okay, so that's an 8mm, tighten it up. And up here, I have the fin valve cover on the top. So let's tighten that up. So everything up here is clean. My O-ring is good, clean, wiped down, like so. Here's my Allen head. So yeah, so for right now, I'm just gonna have the fin cover on the top only. I have to pull the fin cover from my monkey to put down on the bottom here. But that's not gonna be for a while. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I'm just too busy with this and that. I need to make some time. Hopefully I'll have it done by summer or something like that, but no. It's not gonna happen anytime soon for sure. Let's get there. Alright. So those are all closed up. These two are closed up, it's good. What you know what I should have done was I should have rotated the engine a few times, then double check, but fuck it, it's too late. I'll already close it up. I don't want to take it off again. Again, me just being lazy. So let's close these ones up. Right here, I see a little bit of oil seepage right there. Let me wipe this down right here. Right there. I don't want oil to be outside of the O-ring, otherwise it's going to attract dirt and dust right in that spot, and that's how potentially you could get dirt and dust into your stuff the next time around. The next time you open this up. So everything's clean. Anytime I do anything with fine threads or soft threads, like this, for example, this is all aluminum. I always spin it counterclockwise first to make sure that the threads are seated in properly before I spin it clockwise. Right, and that's how you ensure that you don't miss thread. Cross thread your threads. So in like so, spin it counterclockwise, and you actually hear and feel it click in, seat in. Right there. Then you could spin it clockwise. So I've been doing that trick since I was a little kid. Kind of figured that trick out on my own. Some number of years ago, as an adult, I was reading something about machining, and someone had mentioned that, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's an old machinist trick." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I've been doing that since I was a little kid. Since I've been working on, bicycles when I was a little kid. 10 years old, working on bicycles and such. Okay, that's it. So the valve adjustment is done. Everything was kind of tight, and now it's all together, and I'm good to go. All I need to do now is basically, I'm at over 600 miles, so I need to do the oil change again. So I need to warm this engine up and do an oil change, and I'll be good to go. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.